You see that hind? We're gonna take it.
We have James Burns here from Black Ops. James is Frank Woods in Black Ops.
Welcome back. It's time to announce the character of the year. All right, and the winner is Sergeant Woods, Call of Duty Black Ops.
There's no count for shit in the jungle. It's nah, baby.
It's you! Yes! Yes! Frank Woods! Yeah! Call of Duty Black Ops!
I'm here with Dave Anthony, director of Black Ops, and we are here at House of Moves because we are going into the mocap room to do something a little special with Frank Woods. Can you tell me how he was able to steal the spotlight and the VGA nomination when he's not even a playable character?
The actor James Burns, if you knew this guy and if you meet him, you will instantly know the answer to this. James is such a charismatic guy, and he just is this character.
So you are Sergeant Frank Woods in Call of Duty Black Ops.
You think I'm fucking nuts? This guy.
All right, here we are. Happy Wednesday, November 12th. How do we get to? It's almost Christmas, man. It's like we're just gonna bypass Thanksgiving, and it's already Christmas, man. Time is just flying by because I guess we're having just so much fun, huh? Yeah, really great show tonight. Our favorite. My favorite, everyone's favorite, it's our favorite naughty uncle is going to join us tonight very quickly. And I see, Bean's here. A lot of the old timers show up because they have to. M's here. You just have to show up because the man, the myth, the absolute psychotic legend himself, my online drinking buddy, the purveyor of all things weaponry, the master of ceremonies, the reason I'm in Call of Duty for the oddest of situations. With no further ado, I'm going to bring him on right now. And thanks for the super sticker, man. I appreciate that. It's a big deal. Need the cash. It's Christmas. Need the cash. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to say hi to a bunch of people first here. Let's see. Jude Policella, how you doing? Is it B3ZZ? Is that Buzz528? Do we know each other? You just changed your name? Or are you new to the show? I hope you are. Either way. Let Me Bolt is here. Bedoinka. And, of course, Teddy Bush is always welcome. Jude, the dude. And Punisher. I love it. I love you guys showing up here 2 hours early. This is my favorite thing ever. All right. And then McHugh, of course. And I don't know where Narks is, but I'm sure he'll show up at some point. Do I know how you are? I do not know how you are. You got to tell me. Oh, you're from Dubai. Greetings, my friend. Greetings. Thank you for we need to get a Comic-Con in Dubai, and Darwin and I will both come and do what we do in Dubai. All right. So, because I love just torturing you folks, I'm going to let the ticket counter pop in. Because for this guest, we need more than 20 eyeballs on it. We need a lot more. So I'm going to wait until we get, there we go. Now we have 21. All right. Without further ado, here he is, the guy you've been waiting for, the man, the myth, the blessed idiot who I love like a brother, DARWIN Necessity. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Been just chasing this.
That's a hell of an intro.
Yeah, man. It's like I've been trying to figure out the proper words for you, but there are no proper words for you. You know.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're good. You sound great.
Yeah, because I don't have that old broken MacBook Pro anymore. That thing.
Did you buy it?
I mean, I have it, but with all its issues, and maybe I'll get it fixed one day, or maybe I won't. But I've got this new MacBook Air, and it's awesome.
Wait a second, Bader. Bader. I didn't forget you. I know exactly Bader. Come on. It's been like 2 years, my brother. I need to talk to you at some point. I don't know what's going on with your life, because I know you were doing some incredible things. So you remember Bader at all, Darwin?
Yeah. I mean, I remember the name.
Bader. Yeah, he was a really. Anyways, Bader, I'm glad you're here.
Becky.
We'll talk soon.
Hey, Becky, can you handle something?
Here we go.
I'm just gonna hand you my phone. Sorry, life's happening in the middle of everything. I need you to take my phone and call Janet. She's calling me right now. So, sorry guys. So, anyway, I recognize the name. So, yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah. So, Dara and I were talking on. I was going to get my car washed.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. I have to know something. What's up with the glasses?
Oh, you know what's going on? Number two things. I've got this thing backlit, and I've been working on this computer like for 8 hours today. My eyes killing me. These are those. They soften the glare of the computer, and I'm in front of the screen 8 hours. I mean, to killing me.
I don't want to run the risk of you looking cooler than me. That's
not possible. You have the jihadi beard. You have a jihadi beard. You can go either way. Right. You can go either way. You can go.
I did get
47, or you can go M4. Either way, you're in it.
Hey, I did get a new pair of sunglasses recently, and oh, thank you. I did get a new pair of sunglasses recently, and it was because I got them from Wiley X, and they're the American Sniper Special Editions. And I got these because I interviewed Chris Kyle's son just a couple weeks ago for the TFB podcast. And for all you guys, if you don't know who Chris Kyle is, he is American Sniper. If you've seen the movie or read the book, so anyway, so they sent me the new American Sniper Wiley X sunglasses, and I don't wear sunglasses a lot, but if I did, how about that? How about that? Now I'm cool too.
Yeah, but see, you're so underlit, we can't see you. Like you're like you're in a night operation. You got to turn up the lights a little bit, because you just, unless you don't want to see your arsenal in the background.
Oh, dude, I got this cool new lighting thing in here where I can change anything. Like you just tell me what you want.
Keep going.
Well, I'm not doing anything right now. Tell me what you want. You want a lighter color?
Yeah, lighter colors. Pink. Put pink back there, because you're feeling very pink today.
Not doing pink, Jim.
Oh, come on. Don't be a wuss.
Okay, so let's
give me some red, white, and blue. Good old Americana. Did you read the? Oh, there you go. I like that. Back right there. I like that. That's perfect.
That's there?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Did you read the banner? Somebody wants to talk about Mandani winning.
Madani. How do you say his name? Because
Mamdani.
What is it?
Mamdani.
Mamdani.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like he's just of so little importance to me. I don't even really want to take the time to pronounce.
Well, I heard someone say something interesting today, and I'm wondering if that's a move. Someone said, look, we should just designate New York City as a sanctuary city nationally and send everybody there.
Sanctuary for what?
Everything. Everything. They're going that way. So it's an island, they can cut it off. And I'm wondering. I mean, the thing is this, and what I was talking to some people about this week, like he was really elected by people who never grew up in New York. They don't.
I saw that.
They don't know New York before the police went and cleaned things up. I was there in the 80s, man, and it was the wild fucking West, and it took a lot to get it. And now it's like Disneyland now. People, it's safe. So you have a lot of people who didn't work to build it, and then a lot of the people who voted for free stuff are the people who are over. Have a lot of Ivy League educated who can't get jobs because nobody wants to hire a DEI, someone with a DEI, a master in DEI. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to make a living when all you have is argument and opinions? Like, your opinions, only a handful of people get to make a living with opinions, I think. And I think that's who's voting for them. They're disenfranchised in a different way because they can't make a living because they never developed a skill for themselves. So I think that's really who drove the outcome of that election with these disgruntled, especially most of them were a predominant were like 20 to 30-year-old white women who have these degrees and just hate the patriarchy. The patriarchy makes them safe to do what to be this foolish. So.
Well, you have such a nuanced look at things, and I gotta ask, like, is all that nuance, like, do you mean that, or is it just you trying to word things in the nicest possible way?
No.
You expect me to go ahead and let her rip. Like,
well, am I setting you up? A little bit. I'm a little bit trying to get you pissed off, but it's because we have to have the ability to not be like a Democrat. Yes, I can be angry and I can dislike someone's opinion, but that's okay. But I don't want anyone to die because
I'm not even really going
that's what
that far.
Going into, like, this is where we're heading with this group like this. It's like, okay, you disagree with me, then you can't be my friend, and then I must, I forgot I have friends who won't talk to me. There's people I have to walk the tightrope with because they are so over the edge of they just hate the guy with orange hair. They hate him. And I mean, we could solve cancer, but they don't care. They wouldn't take the drill. They wouldn't take, if they were dying in the street and he could save them, they would rather die than give this administration any kind of credit. So that's what I'm trying to avoid falling into, is that it's like, and it's really, I kind of feel bad because it's not like they knew about it. They were just trained that way. You grow up in an echo chamber. How can you possibly think you grew up in a family that says, okay, cops suck. Cops are all asses. Because you grew up in a family, we have some criminals in it, and they take your uncle away or your father away. And all of a sudden, cops are the guy that, when you're a little kid, they're the guys that take your family members away. So you learn to hate the cops because you're exposed in the most negative fashion. So how else? It's like, so I look at these overeducated people. They were trained this way by our education system. It's the fault of the teachers and the professors and the clueless, ballless Republicans that didn't stand up sooner.
Yeah, look, I'm okay with spreading blame to the people who, encouraged it and, pushed it and did all the brainwashing. I'm good with that. But, otherwise, I'm not mad. I don't want anyone to die either. I mean, not that I'd really care if, certain types did, but, I don't want them to. But, I don't want to live in a world where we can't call a nitwit, right? Like, I don't, like I said, you have a very nuanced look at things. I look at a bunch of people using every excuse they can to behave poorly because, because it suits them. It suits their lifestyle, feeling, super entitled and, wanting things for free, wanting to rebel, all of that. I think it's just, all these other things that, like I said, we might at one point consider nuance. At this point, for me, all they are just excuses for bad behavior. And, it's really sad to me that, like, back in 2001, everyone's, yelling, never forget, never forget. And now in 2025, like, they just elected that guy as mayor of New York City. We forgot.
Yeah, but
we fucking forgot.
We didn't forget. This is a generation that has no memory of that because they weren't alive yet. They have no memory of it. So again, that's the issue. Is like there's this lack of education. Like when you ask somebody under the age of 30, were they educated about the Russian Revolution, about the Communist Revolution in Russia? It's like, or the Chinese or the Maoist revolution. There's very little awareness.
I mean, at least we can go back what? Yeah. Vietnam, World War II, World War I. We like we've got to go back some ways. I mean, it's not that long ago. It really isn't. It's not that long ago. Yeah. So
but another thing too, you brought up an interesting thing about the idea of commentary and criticism. Like we're both athletes and we don't get better unless we have a coach saying, oh, by the way, you want to try this. You have to adapt this. I think one of the things that came down that really affected a lot of people is that when you're told that you can't learn something, well, you can't learn that from a man, or if you're a black kid, you can't learn from a white person because if a white person gives you a correction, well, how are you going to change if you don't get an external observation? By the way, if you keep stabbing yourself in the face with a knife, maybe don't do that. Maybe that's a bad move. Fuck you! You can't tell me that. Like that's a reaction you get as a proper criticism is necessary for growth and adjustment, and that's how people were funneled into this ideology of extreme socialism and stuff. They were basically bludgeoned into it, saying, well, you're a bad person if you don't agree with this. So it's the same tactics. Is that people weren't willing to stand up for the opposite point of view. Like, wait a minute. Like you said, I'm nuanced. I'm not nuanced. I just had the ability and the desire to see both sides of the equation. And then when you see both sides, you say, okay, we're really tipped over here now. That's all.
I see the other side of the equation. I just reject it completely. Like I know every single crutch they're going to pull out and try to lean on. Like I'm with you, man. Like I see it. I understand it, but at the end of the day, it all just, sums up to a bunch of excuses for people wanting to behave poorly. And, electing this guy, you know what, honestly.
Well, I got to step in here. It's not behaving poorly. They have their own agenda. They want it to be different than it is. We have to see it this way, because this is where if you start judging it in terms of right and wrong, that's one thing. But
no, I am judging it in terms of right and wrong.
These are now mortal enemies. They want to change the way they want to change the nature of the country. They want the country to be torn down and then replaced with something they like. And this is where, when you don't study that, when you weren't exposed to the history of the Bolsheviks and the Mensheviks and Maoist China, they wanted, and here's the question that always never gets asked. Okay, if you want to have, the collective run it, well, who runs the collective? Who gets to live in the penthouse? Who gets to have beachfront property? If we're all equal, right? If we're all in the collective, well, then who's making the decisions? Well, we are. No, we're not. Somebody's implementing a decision someplace. The rubber hits the road someplace, and that's where. Right. That's why I say you got to have a nuance, because you got to look at it without the emotional charge. Like, wait a minute. So what exactly do you want to change the way things are? Well, you want to be collective. Well, who runs the collective? Who gets that penthouse? Who
And the power side of any form of government, is always like that. You could actually look at all the isms like socialism, communism, capitalism. You could look at all these things and see how someone could argue that right? You can. It's very, very true. You got to be open to that idea. However, none of them are perfect. Capital, who was it? Winston Churchill, who said like capitalism is like the best form of government, or is the worst form of government, other than all the rest. It was something along those lines. And but essentially, what corrupts it is always, who's going to be in power, who's going to be in that penthouse, and the floors beneath the penthouse, and so on and so forth. And that's where the corruption builds, because everyone, obviously wants to clamor for those spots. And
I think we have to look at it in terms of what gives you the most opportunity to change your situation. And I think that's the beauty of capitalism. If you're in this, because if you can make yourself useful, if you can give yourself a skill, if you can, and then you can move through this environment. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to improve yourself or make yourself useful, develop skills, then you really need to be awarded the state, because no one wants to hire you. And that's the problem. When we start telling, these kids like, well, okay, you better get a skill. You better learn how to do something. No one's going to hire you. You can't take care of yourself. But when we keep encouraging kids not to develop skills, not to learn how to be autonomous, then all of a sudden you got to have a nanny state, because they can't feed themselves, or their parents are going to be stuck with that. And that really is, someone said it's a spiritual issue. Absolutely, it's a spiritual issue. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt. And I want to comment on this for a second, because this is a hard one for me to square. Yes, I know great cops, and I know cops who I would not want to be I do not want to be around them when they have a bad day. I know both kind of cops.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We love the cops when they're doing taking care of law and order. But when Biden hired 87,000 IRS cops, we weren't happy about that. So the police are in an interesting, they have to enforce the law. But like this guy said, what if they come to the house and start demanding your guns be picked up? Are they good cops or bad cops? Do we have the same tolerance for them when they're coming after the stuff that we believe is sacred, right? And that's where you need the nuance. Like we have to prevent things from getting place where now the cops or like in England, where the cops are now being indoctrinated into being part of what they said, the big brother government. Like look what's happening in England. They're arresting people for like this conversation. We could probably be flagged for if we were England, because because we're not talking in glowing terms about a Muslim, and
because I think the new mayor of New York City is a terrorist.
Islamist, not a Muslim. There's Muslims. I know Muslims. There's some people I love who practice that religion, but there's a political.
You go on photo ops with terrorists. You're a terrorist. Done.
Well,
I don't care what your religious background or whatever. You go on photo ops with terrorists. You're a terrorist. Case closed.
Yeah. Well, but I wonder. I mean, here's the thing that really I wonder is how much leeway do you have to give to negotiate things? Like, I'm sure there are so many things we don't have access to that are being said and done that will, in some way, are 65% beneficial. And do we lose that 65% benefit and not? I mean, I just know that.
No, we got to be.
Sometimes a deal with the devil is.
No, we need a line in the sand. We don't need a negotiation anymore. We need a line in the sand.
True. True. I get.
And here's why. Let's say someone says, "Hey, I want to kill you." We don't negotiate with that person, because what are we going to do? Like, just kill me halfway, right? Like, what's how do you negotiate with that? I think these people are like destroying the country, and I don't think there's any negotiation. I think leadership needs to draw a line in the sand.
There's a line in the sand. Yeah. When people are actively being disruptive, what I'm seeing, again, I don't know how much is AI generated, but when you start seeing people shut down highways and preventing entrance into Catholic Church to do their afternoon prayer, that's a problem. Now you're obstructing somebody. Now you're not expressing your religion. Now you're exerting dominance. And that's the line in the sand that's an obvious line. And like with protesters, protest all you want, but if you go in and shut down a highway, we should be able to run you over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't get to work because you're going to stand on the sidewalk, scream all you want. I will support you there. I will go there, say hateful things to me. I don't care because you're in over there. But when you start obstructing other people's lives, that's when the line is drawn. And that's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, wasn't there like some New York sheriff who's like, if you block roadways, you're going to get run over?
No, that's in Florida.
That was in Florida?
Yeah, in Florida.
It was? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like plain and simple.
Break in your house. They have guns. They will shoot you. We want them to shoot you. Save us some tax. I mean, like that. To me, that is, I think that mentality is really necessary. And that's why I don't care. I don't care what you're saying. If you come into someone's house with a weapon, you're not there to bring them cookies. And for someone to say, well, you didn't have, I go, I'm not going to wait for him to prove he's not going to hurt me. He's got a gun or she's got a gun and they're coming into my house. I have one assumption and you know what I mean? There's like, that's where I draw a line too. Like, it's like, if you walk into someone's house and you tend to do them harm, whether physically or materially, you have the right to, do what you need to do and not worry about going to jail for it. That's a problem. In California, man. If we have, I have to break a fucking window. If I that's why I got the non-lethals. Like if someone comes in here right now, I have to run out and jump through a fucking glass window before I'm allowed to take care of myself, which is insane. Yeah.
See if someone breaks into here, I just grab a baseball bat. Nah, I don't grab a baseball bat. No. I hear you.
The invaders you're going to have are coming for your gear, and they may be a lot more sophisticated than just some kid, trying to grab some money for crack pipe. I think your arsenal is worth a lot more than anything else.
To that I say, would you like to play a game?
Yeah. What's up, Nugget? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, fashionably late.
Demonic at play. Oh, brother, absolutely. I saw a demon close hand this summer, and I was just like,
You ran into my ex-wife? Where did you see her?
Well,
did you hear that? Did you hear that in the distance? In hell.
I mean, it's like, but that's the thing that when I was like, I saw it rise in this individual. I was like, are you kidding me? This is what's happening here. And then I kind of looked at it deeper. I said, that's, it's not like you see in the movies where it's, this green slime coming out. Is this a change of disposition? It's an absolute quantum shift in behavior that comes out of seemingly nowhere. And I saw that, and I was like, wow, I didn't believe in it until then. It's like, that's real. That shit's real.
Yeah, man. There's definitely something demonic with all this stuff that's going on. And, a lot of the stuff that's going on is actually in the Bible that says like, this will happen. Fortunately for those of us who are, really fed up, most of that stuff gets talked about in Revelations. And if you know anything about your Bible, it's the end. So, little cheery information.
Yeah, we're really making it. This is a fun one tonight. This is happy, joy.
No, but you know what? We can talk about it. We can talk about anything you guys want. I just think that New York City just look, they're just showing us who they are. And I know there's a lot of people in New York City who are against this, especially the longtime New Yorkers that have lived there their entire lives. So, I don't want to say you deserved it, but the truth is we saw this coming. I mean, none of this should be a big surprise. You've had years to look into doing something else. Oh, it's difficult to relocate. I've lived in 5 states in 5 years. You'd be preaching to the choir to tell me that. But look, we've seen this coming down the pipe. It was never if, it was when. So you had a choice. So even if you don't like him in there, you had a chance to leave and you didn't. You've had plenty of chances to leave and you didn't. You have a chance to leave now.
Right.
You know. So I'm not blaming you, but I'm saying like you kind of in life you eventually sometimes you get what you ask for, and this is it.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's well, let me read some stuff here.
Hey Dan, what's up, man?
Let's see Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of things come out of England. I don't know how much of it is real because the BBC. You see about the BBC? What happened?
Yeah.
They got caught manufacturing a monster, basically.
Yeah. Doing that thing with Trump.
Well, here's the thing. I have so many people back east who are really super liberal, and they use that stuff as a basis of fact in how to judge his character. I go, you guys been lied to the whole day. You've been lied to for years now, and you can't like once it becomes an emotional attachment, it's really hard to break that because now you become so committed to your like admitting you're wrong. You know how hard it is for someone to admit they were wrong about something?
It's actually, you know what? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I do it all the time.
For you, it's not hard, but for other people who don't have the depth of, you've had to go through a lot, so you learn how to negotiate your behavior. You've taken responsibility. The idea is that if you take 100% responsibility for yourself, then at some point you start learning what wasn't yours, right? And if the only way to handle something like this, like you've been lied to, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I like to say in the middle, like, no, you've been lied to. And it's hard not to be lied to. And we are in a place where we're so overwhelmed by input and jobs and making a living and surviving that going the extra 20 minutes to dive deeper is really prohibitive. You can't really do it. So I think, again, I try to see things in the terms of like they're innocent. Like you go to your scripture stuff. They know not what they do. They're innocent because they just don't know. There's not.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if there's much innocence left.
Well, okay, for the instigators, no. But
look, if you're older than like 12 years old, I mean, there's, that's why I don't think this is. That's why I think this is very much is, a good versus evil thing at this point. And I really do. There is a right and a wrong. There's no longer two sides with different perspectives, right? And
well, okay, no. There are two. There's always two sides. It's our willingness to see them both, and we've got to.
Yeah, you're right. There are two sides, but I'm saying those sides are right and wrong.
What they're doing, that is saying, no, there's just one. You got to see what they're saying. Try to understand it, and that way you can either find a way through it, or you can find an actual way to have a conversation.
No, but we understand it already, don't we? Like they're out of their minds. That's it. They're out of their minds. That's how I understand it. They're completely out of their minds. Girls are boys, boys are girls. Look, I recently had the pleasure of going to a. God, I'm going to get in trouble for this. But I recently had the pleasure of going to the doctor with Becky, and like, do you know what women go through? Like, and like, it's brutal. It's amazing. It's brutal. I'm really happy to be a man. But like, when you know what women really go through, and like you had dudes running around claiming to be women, you're like, no, man. No, this is offensive. It's stupid. People are out of your minds.
Yeah. And especially if that's happening in the military as well. I mean, that's like, that is wrong there. I love Pete. I think he's amazing for the military. I think he's, as much as he's being maligned by a lot of the mainstream press, I think what he's doing is amazing. I mean, he's just like, look at, we are not a social change entity. We are here. What do you say? You are here to kill people and break shit. That's your job. And I fucking love when he said that. That's your job. Everything else that's not our job. It's your job. And if you're not able to do that, God bless you. We need to. And if you can't support that mission, then thanks for your service, and we're gonna move you on. And they're trying to vilify him. Like, the people who are created the mess of the military that he inherited have got to go. Just like it's across the board, anyways.
So you know what? Let's have some fun, man. Let's see what the guys want to talk about. Ask questions. Hey,
it's a mass spiritual deception on a scale we've never seen. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. Hey, no argument there. I do the hat, I do the glasses, I've got the cool beard, and you still look cooler than me. Yeah,
well, actually, Darwin's got the Terminator glasses. Mine are just for my eyes because I'm spending way too much. It's for the screen, like the screen protector, the special kind of light, and my eyes are getting crushed. All right,
I'm just doing it to look cool, and
you are cool. Yes, and McQueen. Yeah, let's see. I can't argue that. Cryptic, things are great, man. Things are really, really good. And thanks for asking. Let's see. Hey, D-Force, how you doing?
Hey, come on. You got to tee me up something juicy. Darwin's got some sweet kitted out shit in the background, man. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a favorite up there? Or any questions about any of them?
Narcs is stirring shit up again. Narcs is just stirring up shit again. There you go.
Okay. Darwin saying, let's have some fun. Has to deal with so they're talking about the two favorite movies of his. Okay, I'm not saying they're my favorite movies. What I'm saying is
you're saying it's your favorite way to irritate me. That's all.
No. See, you see, I'm being so friendly about this subject right now. And look, you're already going negative. No,
it's not negative. It's bad. It's bad.
It's not bad. See, that's the thing is that's going too far. It's not bad. I've seen plenty of bad movies. Okay, like.
Wait, aren't you the guy who just said we gotta draw a line in the sand? Good and evil, good and bad. Well, guess what? Those movies are bad. They don't need to be talked about. They should not see the light of day.
Wait, hold on. First of all, when you say those, first of all, when you say those movies, let's get one thing straight. First of all, I'm addressing your absolutely unfair treatment of Youngblood. Okay, Youngblood is a great movie.
Young Mud.
No, come on. It's a good movie. You're just too harsh. Just because you grade it relatively, you grade it against some of the greats, and I respect that. But it's a good movie. Don't dump on it.
Lower my standards to swash around the mud with you with terrible movies. Terrible movies.
It's a good movie. It's a feel-good movie.
Peter is my friend. We're hockey buddies. The guy who wrote and directed the movie.
Yeah.
Even he thinks he's done a lot better movies than that.
Okay, but look, two people with the same opinion can be wrong, man. I can't. So there it is. It's a good movie. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's my favorite. Now, the other movie I know you guys want to talk about is Snakes on a Plane. And here's the thing. I don't like that movie. So that's not my favorite movie. I don't like that movie. I don't think I'll ever watch that movie again after the first time. But the reason why is because it's terrifying. You can't put that many.
There is nothing terrifying.
You can't put that many poisonous snakes on a plane and then gas them with angry juice and then set them on this confined plane.
If it is an 18-foot python, I mean, they're manageable. They don't
manageable.
They have peace. They have no intelligence.
Jim, seriously, they're gassed up on angry juice and they're all venomous, right? Like, that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
No, it's not terrifying. Take out your laptop, put it in her face, grab it, snap her head. I mean, it's just simple.
Yeah. While another one's dropping from above onto your neck, man.
There's 100 passengers. Don't get me started. It doesn't make any sense.
That's terrifying. Now, put me on open land and give me a flamethrower. Right on, like it's barbecue season, but no, on in a confined space, 30,000 feet in the air. No, that's terrifying, man.
Not that.
This is Narc's fault. This is all Narc's fault.
Disappoint me. You disappoint me.
Let's redirect our anger at Narcs, okay? Because he started this.
Fucking Narcs. So, are those real guns in the back there, Darwin? Are those real?
Yeah, those are all real, man.
All right. He's asking, is that a Benelli?
Yeah, right there. That's a Benelli M4. That's the military version with the well, it's got some stuff. Does Darwin have it? Yeah. So yeah, I used to have a Keltec KSG. I had one for a long time. The Keltec KSG was cool because it had those dual feeding tubes, and I used to feed like 1 3/4 inch shotgun shells in there, like double out buck down one side. And
I remember that one.
Yeah,
yeah. I played with that one,
and then slugs down the other side, and I could fit 11 down each side. So you had like basically a 22+1 capacity. The KSG was really cool. Now the only shotgun I play with is the Benelli M4. But I really, really like the Beretta 1301 Tactical. Yours is very similar to the 1301 Tactical. Yeah. Really, I really love the Berettas.
Yeah, I like I don't want the pistol grip on it. I like just the normal stock holding on it.
Yeah.
Dan Prent, this 21 said bone tomahawk bad? No, tomahawk is great. Tomahawk steaks.
I don't know. I don't get the reference. I know Dan really well.
I think he's talking about tomahawk steaks, right?
I don't know, but if you're talking about tomahawk steaks, then there's nothing bad about a tomahawk steak. I think he's referring to a movie. I think it's a movie reference that neither of us are getting.
Tomahawk.
But you can't. No, he couldn't be talking about tomahawk steaks because he's a man of excellent taste, and he would never say that about a tomahawk steak. All right, boys, settle some frozen. Oh God, I could totally use some frozen Guinness right now.
Yeah, those were the days, buddy. Those were the days.
I think I'm gonna have to make sure I have some in the house at all times next time we do this.
I've ever seen the Night of the Chicken Dead. I can guarantee you, not only I've never seen it, I won't allow it on any of my
Night of the Chicken Dead.
I will block. I will use all my powers to block that from my vision.
Have you ever seen the Night of the Chicken Head? Sorry, I had to say it. Oh shit! For anyone who gets that reference, because Jim, did that one fly over your head?
I can't. No, I'm not. I'm not taking the bait.
Becky's making noises in the other room because that's the only word that she says I'm not allowed to say in the house. Imagine the shit I'm allowed to say at home.
Imagine the shit I can't say.
But chicken head is the only thing I'm not allowed to say in the house, and so she's making noise in the other room. I'm in trouble. Yay. That's my no word.
I think I've fired a few of those, haven't I? This is all new. This is an entirely new.
This is a lot of this stuff is new from that time. It came after that time, but you've essentially fired it. I mean, these are different models of the AR-15. You've shot a bunch of different AR-15s of mine in the past. Yeah, they're different, but they're the same also. Some of these things, no, you haven't shot. That's the Barrett 338 Lapua, the Barrett MRAD. That thing you haven't shot, and that's kind of a special
toy. What were you using up at Place to Shoot?
What did I bring there?
Yeah, what were you using up there?
I had some 308 sniper rifles, some 6.5 Creedmoor sniper rifles. I had a few different ARs, from like a 10 like a Mark 18, 10.3 inch out to like a 16 inch AR. You've shot a lot of these things, man. I've actually, I'm reviewing for Firearms News Magazine. I'm reviewing a 50 caliber sniper rifle that from Thompson Armory, and it's Thompson that like Tommy gun. They made a 50 caliber bolt action, and I'm going to be reviewing that real soon for Firearms News Magazine.
What? Say that again.
The Thompson, like the Tommy gun, right? With that company
with the cylinder and the straight 30 magazine.
Yeah, they built that gun.
But it used to be a 45 on a drum, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Was
But
45 on a drum.
but now they built a sniper rifle, a 50 caliber sniper rifle. So the thing weighs like 30 pounds, right? I'm reviewing that for Firearms News Magazine. That's going to be pretty cool. I think I might shoot that thing out to a mile.
Where are you shooting? You're range near the house?
No, there's a place not far from here called Thunder Valley Precision, and they have targets out to a mile.
Let's see. A little bit of a challenge here. Mossberg 500 pump action.
Well, so pump action shotgun. Even though I don't own a pump action shotgun right now, just because it's not the weapon I would normally grab in an emergency, the shotgun. But pump action shotguns, the cool thing is you can load anything in them and it'll fire them. Like you could load less than lethal rounds, from like bean bags and pepper balls and all kinds of stuff, out to like, bird shot, buckshot, slugs. It doesn't really matter. With these semi-auto shotguns, you can only feed certain things and get, reliable cycling of the action. So pump actions are great to have. And the Mossberg is, among the best when I look for those. So yeah, the Mossberg 500 is great.
Nang, we're just chatting. Me and my boy Darwin just doing what we do,
Yeah, that reference that Dan made earlier, that was to a horrible movie, not Tomahawk Steaks. Nobody I know would ever say anything bad about a tomahawk steak.
Well, there are people.
Now I want a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, there's some vegans out there which think it's horrible. Although I found a place here in LA, Darwin, that sells an amazing tomahawk. It's called Wild Fork.
Oh yeah,
yeah, outstanding, and it's a good price too. I think I'm gonna have to shift over from Good Ranchers to this place. I hope they stay in business. I just don't see them getting enough traffic, but everything's frozen anyways, so it's just the same deal as like Good Ranchers that
Yeah.
But outstanding. I got at a headwind this weekend. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where do you get those guns, Darwin?
So for those of you who don't know, I'm a writer now, and I write for gun magazines like Firearms News Magazine, which has been shotgun news since 1946. It's the second oldest gun publication in like ever. Also write for the Firearm Blog and the truthaboutguns.com and a few other places. So I do Second Amendment political articles, and I also write technical reviews on guns and silencers and scopes and night vision and thermals and all kinds of cool stuff. So manufacturers send them to me and I write about them. And
he's what we call a 2A writer. That's his kind of the official title. He's a 2A writer.
Yeah, 2A writer or gun writer, whatever.
Did you ever shoot a Matiba 6 Unica?
No, I've never shot that.
Do you know what it is?
Nope.
All right, there you go.
Nope. Sometimes I get stumped, and it's always fun when I do. I just hope I remember that so I can look it up later.
I'll send it to you. All right. Peng Bear Enterprise 16. Good. We'll just see you next time.
All right, man. Have a good night. Get some rest.
Mackenzie, it's going great. It's going great. Let's see. You got any prototypes? Are you working on? Oh, you just said that.
Oh.
You're working on the 50 cal prototype.
Well, it's not the 50 cal that they're sending over is not a prototype. You can actually buy it now. It is a $9,000 gun. So, and that's without a scope or anything like that. But trust me, if anyone tries to sell you a 50 caliber sniper rifle and it's inexpensive, don't buy it.
Right.
If you've ever looked at a 50 caliber round, compared to even like 308, right? 50 caliber, it looks like a freaking hand grenade. Okay, there's a lot of powder, and that's a pretty heavy projectile. If anything ever goes wrong, I mean, look, like there's a guy in my industry. He's an influencer. He had a 50 cal blow up on him while he was shooting, and it nearly, it sliced his jugular, and he was able to actually put enough pressure on it and have his dad get him to the doctor, or else he was going to die. It messed him up real bad. So anyway, that went down left field on that. But anyway, yeah, 50 caliber. You want to buy from a reputable manufacturer and have really good ammo, factory ammo, unless you're really good reloader. And 50 cal is pretty rad. So old guns that never made it out of that phase. No, because the guns I get, they're not in that phase. The guns that I get are like about to be released to the public. So they're the finished final gun. The manufacturer knows, hey, we want to release this to the public, and we want guys like Darwin to write about them, or guys like Garantham, or all the other YouTube channels that do their YouTube reviews. It's more of a marketing thing than a R&D thing once it gets to what we do. M says she was able to get herself a Smith & Wesson M2.09 millimeter that she carries everywhere. That's a really good choice. I've reviewed 2 of those so far, and I'm reviewing a 3rd one right now, the one with the threaded barrel, so you can put a silencer on it. Every one I've ever shot has been awesome. They shoot great. I've never had a problem with the Smith & Wesson M&P, especially the 2.0. That's like a top 3 pick if I'm giving out advice to people. Good job on that, Em.
Remember Priscilla Beaner?
Priscilla?
It's Priscilla. Gulag Beans. Changed her name again.
Oh yeah. Priscilla, how are you? What's up, fuckers? That's an awesome greeting. That's an awesome greeting. I literally, Priscilla, I got that little tinkle down there when you said "What's up, fuckers?" So thank you for that. Yeah, good to see you.
So here you go. What is this? Is there a SIG handgun that's going off randomly?
Oh no. Okay, so first of all, someone said SIG Spear. The SIG Spear is a good gun. I don't have any SIG Spears, but I do have a few SIG Rattlers here, which are the 5.5-inch barrel 300 blackout variant of the old the MCX. But yeah, the next version was a Spear, and those are really great guns. Now, what we're talking about here is the SIG P320 handgun. There's been lawsuits. There's been a lot of back and forth. SIG is still saying it's not a thing. It never has been. There's a lot of video evidence and a lot of people saying things to the contrary. I used to carry them, but the ones I carried had manual safeties on them. I don't know if that problem, really, affected those versions. But look, I don't know. But I do know that it got a lot of attention when they said a U.S. Air Force, an airman was shot by one that was just sitting on his desk. And now we found out that's not the case. So, that caused a lot of drama. It caused a lot of fear, and people were, dumping SIG left and right for that. And it turned out that was completely false. It was absolutely not the case. And it was actually human error.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful.
People love blaming guns. People love to blame the gun. It's 99% of the time it's going to be the operator with the weapon in her hand. It's going to be human error 99% of the time. And just to be clear, I'm not saying that because that was human error that all the others are human error, and I'm not saying that because that was human error that all the others you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is we just have to be careful because like if we forget this talk about the 320
and we just go with, hey, is SIG a good company that supports, the Second Amendment and gives us good products? They absolutely are 100%. So it's really to nobody's benefit for, anything bad to happen to that company,
Yeah.
Things are quite fucked in the UK at the moment, but I'm not good with all the what's YIH?
I don't know. But listen, hey Priscilla, I want you to come on and tell us about that, because I don't trust, especially what happened with the BBC today. I don't trust anybody's news anymore. Can you come on and just give us your observations?
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
And this is just for Priscilla. If anyone else jumps on, I'm not going to bring you on, not just yet. I want to talk to Priscilla. Just click that link. Wait, Priscilla. We want to talk to you about this, because I've been hearing stories, and I need to really get my my bearings, what's happening over there.
Hey, can I make requests?
Yeah.
Priscilla, when you come on, could you use a lot of swear words, please? Don't judge me. Yeah,
she made a good point. My cousin's sitting in the safe, hasn't gone off yet. It's like,
yeah.
My being Priscilla, here's our girl.
Hello. Hello, fuckers.
Oh.
Hiya. Are you all right?
We're great. We're great. How are you?
Can I just shut my mouth and listen?
Yeah, because I've been seeing things on the feeds, on the news. I'm trying to discern what's actually happening. So where do you live again? And don't put yourself in danger. I don't want you to go into jail with shit. I mean, I never thought I'd have to say this, but I don't think they're tracking me. But I just think I don't want you so. But I would really like to get someone who lives in the UK to get your opinion and your report on things. Are you?
So at the moment, physically I am safe, and like it's really hard to explain, but basically with the state of like the migrants coming in and that, you can't call them illegal immigrants because it's considered offensive, quote unquote. There's been a shit ton of attacks on like innocent people, like elderly people, just people going about their days. There was 3 little girls murdered.
Hey, Priscilla, I just real quick before we go on, like you're careful to make sure that nothing you say right now is something that they can react to in an adversary way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And just like the majority of people in the UK just feel really unsafe. And with like the laws and that, you can't legally carry anything like a gun on you, or you can't carry anything like a taser or pepper spray because it's considered an offensive weapon if you use it in self-defense. But there are like certain loopholes that people have been talking about on things like Twitter. Well, it's called X now, but like some people carry things like tins of hairspray in their bags, and like do you know DP? Like it's used for like muscle aches and that. It's like a spray like you can carry with you. And there's also, I don't know the name of the brand, but it's basically it's in a can, but if someone's coming at you like to attack you or mug you, you spray it in the face, and it's like a permanent dye. So like if you call the police and say this person's attacked me, they can identify them straight away.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Here's the thing. If they did identify them, I understand what's been what I've seen is that they're not even being held. They're being processed and let out right away. And now I just sort of report that the fact they're saying that the prisons are too full. That's a lie. It's another BBC lie that there is room in these prisons. It's just that So I don't know what's real. So is there a fear of the police too? Because the police seem to be on the side of protecting the rights of non-citizens there. Is that a good assessment?
I'm trying to think of how to phrase it.
Should I do it? Should I do it instead?
I can neither confirm nor deny that statement.
Oh shit. Shit.
You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give you an answer from my perspective, and I'm in the U.S. So
yeah.
If someone has a problem with it, well, suck my balls, right? So yes, of course, the people in the UK. Look, the people that are paid, you know, look, everyone in the UK pays taxes, right? And that there's certain things that are being guaranteed to them, and one of those things is protection through their police departments and so on and so forth. And there's absolutely evidence that those police departments have ignored the needs of UK citizens in order to, grandstand or whatever. For these liberal causes, like, and it's sad they've completely lost their freedom of speech, and of course they're afraid when you can go to jail for something you said, like that's something to be afraid of. But that's Darwin's opinion in America.
The same token, it's like, well, like we mentioned earlier, when the police become the problem, that's when tyranny happens. When the police can't discern, okay, are we really, what laws are we upholding? Who are we protecting? And that, to me, is like, I'm really trying to understand. It seems like, again, this could be just curated in a way that it seems to me that when the police do take action, it's just to support the government narrative that okay, we want compliance and we want control. If you don't show compliance, it's more about, it seems like the police are being used to enforce compliance with the narrative of whatever your government is now.
It's labor.
Yeah. So it seems that it's more about less controlling the law as it's controlling the population to force them into compliance and not to actually, create momentum against what they're doing. That seems, I mean, again, and this is right out of an Orwell book to me. This is 19. I mean, it looks just like what Orwell wrote about, and same thing with Atlas Shrugs and Rand.
It's a totalitarian state. Like, you can't. I'm not trained in MMA or UFC, but I will smack someone if they come at me, like asking for money or, trying to rob me or whatever. But so many women are absolutely terrified to, like, go to nightclubs now and, like, just to, like, go out for coffees with their friends, because there's always, like, that thought of, like, if I go near a certain place in a city, someone, a particular person is going to come at me and attack me or my friends. And it's the same for, I'm not a parent, but so many parents are terrified of letting their kids go to school by themselves.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Question: what are the men doing? Are they are they standing by and letting this happen? Like, do guys step up for you? Do other Englishmen, when they see you're being confronted or sort of, do men, are they been neutered?
Level-headed men are, but with like groups like is it Antifa or Antifa or whatever it is, they don't give a shit. They don't care, because I can't remember what it's called. I think it's something called, like, Operation Raise the Flag. So in a lot of, like, roads, like motorways, and, like, around certain, like, housing estates, you'll see, like, a lot of people who've raised, like, the Union flag and the England flag.
I've seen that, yeah.
But groups who were associated with the far left are like, you can't do that. That's racist. Patriotism is racism.
Right, right.
Yeah, but they say that everything is racism. Like I think they said that math was racism, right? Like
Maths.
Like I'm serious. Like math is racism, and yeah, yeah. And when everything is racist, nothing can be racist, right? And then we can all say whatever we want.
Well, are you following Tommy Robinson at all? I follow him quite a bit.
He recently got out of prison for what was it classed as? Like when he got sentenced.
Right.
It was seen as something to do with attacking the home state. So like with like the documentaries and like statements he's put out.
You know what? I've got a cool suggestion. America should offer citizenship to conservative citizens from the UK who are persecuted for their speech. Yeah. Anyone persecuted in the UK for their speech, any conservative persecuted in the UK for their speech, we should offer them citizenship here in America.
So are you tracking Ant Middleton at all? The
yes, guy? I am.
No, he gives me he's like our Pete Hesgath. I really see him making changes. You know who Ant Middleton is? He's a former SBS special boats. He's special forces guy. Kind of online personality. Now he's going to politics. I mean, he seems to be. I mean that gives me hope. You know what I mean? For you guys. But I mean, I just wondering how much support he's actually given. I mean, who are the people that are supporting this? Supporting the this, whatever you want to call it. I mean, is it totalitarianism? I don't know what it's called right now where you guys are at. But what kind of people are supporting it?
Mainly like the UK far left. So I'll admit, like I used to be like pretty left-leaning, but like not to the point of where thinking like everything was racist, everything was phobic or something like that. But it's kind of like, yeah, they try to indoctrinate people who haven't made their mind up yet, or they're not willing to lean a certain way on the political spectrum. And they're just like, oh, if you're with us, great, but if you're against us, we're gonna like punch you. Like it, like some rallies like in Newcastle, say for example, and in York, there's this guy, I can't remember his name, but he's got a channel on YouTube. He goes around saying, what's it, like trans men or women, and it's always like the green-haired people. One of them came up to him, like threw chili sauce on him and like assaulted him, and the police took the lass away, but I don't think the guy's attackers like got any charges or anything like that in court. So it's literally far left people who are supporting Palestine and are associated with Antifa. They're getting away with it.
So it's very, so basically it seems very similar to what the trajectory of events happened here. Indoctrinated, kids indoctrinated, disenfranchised because of the indoctrination. They don't see how they can function in this society, so they want to start a new one, but at great expense. Like they don't understand that this is the All right.
Yeah. See, Jim, like I said, no nuance here. Just good versus evil. By the way, someone, I won't say who, but someone texted me. And after I said hey, let's give citizenship, someone texted me and said, hey, don't you remember like 250 years ago, there was something we did to kick all the Brits out?
Yeah. Now it's in. Well, here's my concern is this, and this is, my concern is that if the UK does fall under the rule of Islam. Now, Islam has got a high-tech, high-capability military force at its disposal. Like, it doesn't exist anywhere else right now. Pakistan's not a threat, really, but the UK has submarines that has capabilities that are, profound. And it seems like as the UK becomes more and more inundated with this idea that that's a real threat. That's something I think there's a danger of that. And so and I was reading somewhere in some report that there could possibly be another conflict between the U.S. and England in 5 or 10 years, because if this trajectory keeps up, there's not going to be enough traditional English people left to guide elsewhere. So there is a really good possibility that you'll be seeing an Islamic State with nuclear weapons coming out of the UK. That's terrifying.
The thing that's terrifying is like, as human beings, we don't realize how good we have it, right? We're the top of the food chain, right? Let's be honest. So we've got it really good, and what do? Like, God gave it to us great, right? Everything we would ever need. And what do is we fight for every last bit, every last piece over every cockamamie reason. And, it's just, sorry, I'm in one of those moods tonight where
yeah, well,
it just, none of it makes sense to me.
I mean, like with what you were saying, James, about like Islamification of the UK, from my point of view, I'll never be able to like convert to a different faith. Like, I'm not a devout Catholic, but religion is like something that means a lot to us. But nothing will ever be able to make me change that.
Well, there's this idea of freedom that comes innate. It has been. If you're born anytime before, the last 5 years, like, how dare you tell me what fucking religion I gotta have? How dare you tell me what to do? And that's what it comes down to, is being told what you have to say, being told what you have to think, being told this is where it's becoming. This would happen here when I think the revolution started here. It would get Trump got to swing back to the middle, not even to the right. Is that how we got sick of being told we're bad for thinking this, we're bad for thinking that, hey, I don't think a man can be a woman. I don't think that, and being vilified for it. Hey, listen, I don't want to take an untested DNA level injection, and then I get fired for not taking it. Having control over your thoughts, having control over your body, having as much control as you can over your future. These are the human rights from Magna Carta. These are things that are built into our DNA, basically. And now what we're being told is that that's all they want. Somebody's trying to change that. And I don't think, when you look around the world, I don't think this is just coincidental. It just feels like this is very organized. It's too similar. It's happening in the same way in too many places. And I think once you start telling people who they got to pray to, I don't know. I'm hoping we're strong enough here not to get rid of the 2A, and that we're strong enough to really just, be able to take care of ourselves. Because I don't know. I don't know if the states. I think we're becoming so. Again, I have really close friends who absolutely hate anything conservative, and their beliefs are all conservative, but because they've been really trained to hate Trump and hate anything that doesn't agree with their narrative, they are willing to not. Well, we're not going to verify the next election if a Republican wins. So you have people saying that they will not accept another Republican president. They will. And that's when the countries fall apart. Just like in England, you have people who are saying, well, we want to, London is now an Islamic, it's a caliphate state. Well, what if I don't want to live like that? Then you got to leave Dearborn, Michigan. Then you got to go. Then you got to go.
You know what I hope? You know what I hope, Jim? I hope this really does signify the end days. You just fuck it all.
Take me home, God.
Fuck it all. Bring on the Book of Revelations.
I think I care about people too much to say that, and I think that there's great possibilities, but
no, but look, if you care about people, then you get that the people who are worth caring about, they're going to be happier after that's over, and the people who aren't worth caring about will be gone, ashes to ashes, dust to motherfucking dust. All right, so I say, look. Like, he gave us absolutely everything we have in the world, okay? And what did we give him back? Like
bollocks.
The fucking Kardashian show, and men can breastfeed and all kinds of stupid shit. That's what we gave back to him. No, I say we deserve the last parts of the Bible. Bring that motherfucker on.
Like a fucking bad movie from Asylum Productions.
Sometimes I just have to fucking nuke a conversation and just
well, that's why you're here.
Step in and fuck everything up.
That's why I brought you here, man, to nuke this fucker up, man.
Destroy everything.
Hey, that's what I do best, man. That's what I do best is just mess everything up.
Being I just really want you to just keep your head in the swivel and start making a lot of alignments. Get the biggest survival you can have is getting aligned with people who think the same way, so you have a group. Again, I'm doing it here. I have like, I'm getting my escape plans. I'm getting my things to get just in case something happens in LA, because LA's really just forest fires alone where we have to be on our toes, right?
I mean, LA's a fucky place, anyways.
Yeah.
Don't go to LA. Look, if you come here, don't go to LA. Here's what I was gonna say. Listen, are you down to date a guy online who's an American and ultimately marry him and become an American and move here? Okay. Because I watch a horrible show with Becky that's all about that, and people come here and escape these horrible lives that they're leading in these awful countries. So seriously, it's called 90 Day Fiance. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Yeah, it's a total train wreck. But if you're willing to go through it, you might end up in a horrible relationship here in America and be much happier than you are now.
I mean, to be fair, I do like watching My 600-Pound Life.
Oh yeah.
I can't. My life, time's too precious to watch that shit. It's too precious. My 600-pound life. We're celebrating obesity. That means we're celebrating that shit. We are rewarding people.
The worst one is like the 1,000-pound sisters.
Behavior.
Oh God.
Have you seen the 1,000-pound sisters?
No, I haven't.
I don't watch all the episodes, but I've seen what's her name? Is it Tammy? Tammy's like the bigger one who had like the big forehead.
Yeah. She had so much fat that it accumulated on her forehead and created this like shade, like this built-in shade, like over her eyes, like she had an awning, but it was like a fat awning, like on her forehead, right?
Fat porch.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like, yeah, she was bigger, but they were both really big. And the other one, I can't remember her name, but the other one was always like ribbing her sister as if she was the skinnier one, and I would always be like, no,
you both monsters.
Yeah, like whatever. I could stand to lose a couple pounds, but they didn't have to take me to the farm where they weigh the cattle right? In order to weigh me. That's what they had to do, those sisters. I was like, holy shit, how can you rib your sister and be like, treat her like you're the skinnier one? Like, this is crazy. Maybe I should review reality shows as well.
Hell yeah. I was watching this.
Darwin, I think that should be your sideline now. I think you absolutely should review reality shows. And just be ruthless. Be just merciless with it.
Yeah.
Like that. Because that's part of the problem. That stuff is being that behavior, that decadent, deplorable behavior has been rewarded with millions and billions. Look, Kardashians, what do they really do?
Exactly. Well, you want? Can I say it on your show? You want me to say it on your show?
Go ahead. Let it rip.
I'm not going there. Okay, they suck black dick. They suck a lot of black dick, right? You said I could say it. I asked permission. You said I could say it. They suck a lot of black cock. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally famous. Forget about the fact that their father was like one of the most decent men and great attorneys, right? Okay, Robert Kardashian. They're like, no. What's my way in the world? I'm gonna suck a black dick on camera.
And Bruce Jenner did kill someone in a car.
Yeah. So Jim, have I ruined everything?
Yeah.
Not at all. It's good. I can't control what you say.
I asked permission. You got to give it to me. I wonder what Becky's gonna say.
Like you ever listen to what I say? Yeah, yeah. You're obedient. That's how I describe you, obedient.
I was gonna keep it to myself, but I felt challenged, and I felt challenged. That's all you need to know.
I know. You're challenged. Well, anyways, Beaner, listen. Take care of yourself. Thanks for coming on and talking to us tonight. I really want you to get yourself a group. A group of just to watch out, like an emergency group, just to watch out for each other, check in each other every day, because we're getting closer and closer to a point where you're going to need your little insular group just to take care of things. That's all.
Hey, can I make one request?
Yeah.
Will you curse at us in your worst British slang?
Yeah.
You'll have to fucking pay us.
Keep going.
Gives 50 quid.
You got to bring it harder than that. You got to.
Gives 50 quid, you silly cunt.
Hey, baby, it's moving. Get ready. As soon as the show's over, we're having sex.
There goes my PG rating.
You fucking oik.
You can say anything in that accent and it just sounds hot.
You silly bastard.
I'm a silly bastard. That's so true.
It's the accent. It just makes it it's almost harmless because it's a freaking accent,
You
Look at her.
Cheer
up. I'm here. I can't hear you.
Cheer up, kid. Cheer up.
You fucking dial-up cunt.
All right. Okay, you two. All right.
Oh, that feels so good. The laughter. I mean, a hard on too, but the laughter.
Oh.
Wow. Oh.
Do you know what you're laughing at?
Oh boy. All right. All right, Gene, I gotta go. You get German heart attack.
If she keeps laughing, I'm gonna keep laughing.
Shut up.
All right, kiddo. All right, listen. All right, Priscilla, great talking to you. Take care of yourself, huh? See you soon.
Bye, Priscilla.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome.
That was just. Oh man, I ruined everything.
Isn't that a show? Darwin ruins everything.
That should be a show.
I agree, Darwin. I think you should start writing reviews of reality shows. I think that'd go viral. It's like just.
Oh shit!
Just do hot takes on it, man. I think that'd be amazing.
I should do reviews of, or maybe I should do them on YouTube just so I could go off on a fucking rant.
I think that's your move. I think that's the move.
Yeah, that might be the move. Reviewing reality shows on YouTube. Wow. I would have never guessed.
That's the move, man.
Dude. Anyway, that was good fun.
Oh, Tanker, yeah, she's great. She's been part of the family since what, day one, I think. She's been
God.
Day one.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
From the
We
beginning.
have a couple of bits that are really, and I think who's here? Anyways, I gotta make sure I don't want to dock anybody either, So, Beaner, she's still here. She won't go anywhere. I love her. I miss my Irish guys. The Irish guys haven't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, I'd love to see the good lads from Ireland.
I think Gerard actually got a job. He's actually doing real life works, but I think.
Well, that sucks.
I think he might have fell in. I don't know. I've heard things. I'm not sure.
Well, as long as they're good. Oh man. So you guys, you see how easy it is to tee me up. Darwin, have you seen Halo? Is Halo a movie now?
There's a lot of things. I think there's a cartoon version, an animated version. I think there is like, it was a TV show. It came out a couple years ago.
No. That's a little futuristic for me. Even though I do like things like Star Wars, and I can respect Darwin saying he's got a boner without embarrassment. Yeah, I mean, look, when I have a boner, I talk about it sometimes. I'm a big fan.
So if you had to survive off the grid for a month, what 3 guns would you take?
Oh shit, a month and I get to take 3 guns? Someone loves me. That's my birthday. What guns would I take? Oh, I would probably take a 1911, an AR-15, probably like this guy right here. So 1911, that AR-15, and let's take a 308 bolt action with us as well.
No shotgun?
No, that's the 308 bolt action sniper rifle.
But one of your guns wouldn't be a shotgun?
No, I think I'd pretty much have things covered with those. I mean, look, it depends on where I'm off the grid. If I'm out somewhere where there's a lot of bears, maybe a shotgun with loaded with slugs would be, a good thing to have around. But if you have the proper defense loads in your AR-15, it's not going to be a good day for the bear either. So, I mean, even though those are technically just really fast 22s, but anyhow, but yeah, no shotgun. Okay, fine. Maybe a shotgun.
See, I think the move would be somehow consolidate your ammo. Make sure because you got to bring a lot of different type of ammo. Like for me, I'm always thinking that. I'm still talking about getting that 9mm AR. Just because you have your ammo all matching, so you're not really.
But you don't want to be stuck with all 9mm. I mean, look,
True.
If you know for a fact that all your potential targets are going to be human targets, and 9mm will do something. I'd still rely. I'd still rather rely on a rifle cartridge over any pistol cartridge, even a 45 or a 10mm. I'll still take a rifle cartridge. But
Here's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure can.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have like a ballistic tables up in front of me right now to compare like a 177 cal air gun to like a 22 long rifle. But I'll say this, like absolutely, you put that in the right spot and you can definitely kill someone with it.
It's all about kinetic potential.
Yeah.
I mean, impact. To mention where it impacts, it could easily do that. Don't ever think that stuff's safe. You got to practice safety all the time. Even if it's a non-lethal round, you gotta have safety measures.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just like with the burner, you got to practice same exact.
Oh man, you can mess someone up with that thing.
Yeah. You can't anything that has kinetic force is going to be Can't be dangerous.
You want to be safe. You want to always be on the safe side. Oh. So what is that?
7 o'clock. We've been doing this an hour and a half already.
Live action. Oh, there was a live action Halo movie? No,
Yeah.
I never saw it. Look, I could be honest, even though like I was kind of involved in like the my head has kinetic force for sure. Yeah. No, even though I was involved in all this with Jim, I'm not really much of a gamer, so most of what I know about Call of Duty comes from my time, working with Jim, when he was playing Sergeant Frank Woods, and obviously getting to know a lot of the fans, and that's been a lot of fun. But but I like my video game. My video gaminess doesn't really stretch, beyond that. So I don't really know Halo that well, other than to say it seems pretty popular, and sometimes they use some pretty good songs in their advertisements.
True.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, man, it's 7 o'clock. We've been doing this for an hour and a half, and I had to cut it loose. I got to finish work. It's been great, Darwin, as always.
Good to see you, man.
You're the beast of the East. And
I try.
And Darwin was my manager during that time. So he was my manager. That's how we're connected for this element. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. As we say in the big leagues, go ahead, Darwin. Say it.
My wood is out.
See, can't.
My wood. It's my wood is out, right? That's how you say it. My wood is out.
That's it.
They already knew. They already knew because I told them my wood was already out. So, but I can confirm it. It is out.
It is out. It's fucking out. Out of bounds.
It tends to be out because when you work from home, there's really no need for it to ever be put away. It's always good to have quick access.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Everybody I'll be back here maybe this weekend. And keep fighting a good fight. Woods out.
All right. Take care, guys.